Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners. Today we're going to tie a bass pike fly. And this is going to be a streamer. The hook I have in a vise is a Gamakatsu. It is a Splitshot Dropshot hook. And this is a 1/0. I'm going to start out, I'm just going to use 70 denier thread. I'm going to get a base of thread on the hook and bring it down to the rear. And I'm going to bring that around the bend there. Since bass and especially pike are in weedy areas, we're going to put a weed guard on there. And this is 15 thousandths beadlon vinyl coated wire. We're going to put that right, you want that right in the center, and we're going to take that down around the bend. And then we're going to bring that back up. Going to take that wire, and if you have a screw here, that type of vise, make sure that you don't put it around the screw, because then you'll be screwed. Okay, we're going to bring that up after we finish the fly. We're going to bring that up and tie that in there, and that will be our weed guard. I'm going to put some Deer Creek Diamond Hard on the weed guard. And we're just going to let a little bit of that slide out. Give it a quick hit with the UV light. Just a couple, 3 to 5 seconds is plenty on the Deer Creek. Now I'm going to start with a tail. I'm going to put some brown deer hair in there first. Pull it out of the hair stacker in the direction you want it to be tied on. I'm going to make that deer hair maybe twice the length of the shaft or the shank. Gonna trim off the excess. If it flares out there, what you need to do is put a couple of light turns in there. You see how it brought it all back together? Now I'm going to take 4 saddle hackles, and these are brown, and we're going to make them about twice the length of the deer hair. I'm going to take first 2, line up those tips. Nice long skinny saddle hackles. Going to tie them in right on top. Doesn't even really matter if they lay flat. I'm going to take some rainbow Krystal flash. You could add whatever color flash in there you want. This is going to look a lot like a trout when we're done. And I got a bunch of them there, maybe 8 or 10. We're going to lay them in and make them just about the length of the first feathers. I have another pair of the saddle hackles, and you can see these are real skinny on there. I'm going to make them to extend past the first tail by about an inch or two. I'm going to put one on each side of the other hackle feathers. And go ahead and tie them in. I'm going to remove the excess. Watch I don't cut off the wrong one. I'm going to take the Krystal flash and I'm going to kind of divide it here. Try to divide it evenly. We can bring them to the side. On both and secure that. Now I'm going to take that Krystal flash that I just tied back, and I'm going to trim that halfway. Now I'm going to take 25 thousandths lead wire, and I'm going to wrap that on there. See, I have kind of a lump there, so I'm going to wrap it on more at the head. This is to help it to get through that water column. That's why it's so heavy also. Give that head a little bit of weight and it'll keep diving down for you. And I'm going to secure that lead. Now I have another very soft saddle hackle. I'm going to tie this in by the tip. And we're going to wrap this just like marabou. I'm going to stop it at about 1 eye length from the eye of the hook. But we're going to wrap this in. We're going to make a nice full hackle right here. This is going to give a lot of water pushing. When this gets wet, it's going to puff out and it's going to push a lot of water. And I'm going to tie in that entire fly, or that entire feather there. We get right up there, and then now I'm going to tie that in. Trim off that stem. Now hold everything back and wrap in that head. I'm going to take that weed guard, going to put it through the eye, going to bring that up. You want that to be hanging just slightly below the point of the hook. And then I'm going to wrap that in. Make sure you keep it on the bottom, directly on the bottom of the shank. And we'll cut off that excess. Wrap in that wire. Take our whip finish. You can use that just like it is. I'm going to put some eyes on here. I'm going to start with a base coat of the Deer Creek Diamond Hard. I'm going to take some Deer Creek Sticker Eyes. And now I'm going to take some more Diamond Hard and put a coating on the eyes. I go ahead and turn that a little bit, get it to level out, and hit that with the light. And here we have a bass pike streamer. Hope that you learned something from my video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.